again, and welcome to Roland's Reviews. Some of you were with me on Saturday where I had that extra long stream, and we just had a ball. We really did. And okay, let me get rid of that. Uh, if you missed it, go back and watch it if you need a laugh. We had an excellent time. As you enter the chat room, do me one small favor, please, folks. If you will, hit that little thumb. That is the like button that tells YouTube that you're enjoying this content. And if we can get enough people to hit that thumb, guess what? We'll have more people come into the conversation. And to me, the more the merrier. I love it. All right, let's see. Where are we? I'll give you some more time. Look at the title. Turn this down. Okay. And we've been talking about this in some of the other prior videos. And so some people, just like myself, how you doing? Are like, oh, wow. And this is how I start this off. Because I had someone leave me a comment on another content creators channel. And I told you, I don't profess to know everything, but you can really only go from your own personal experiences. Now, me personally, when I was living in New York, Black people and primarily Puerto Rican, Hispanic, we were all friends, close knit. We had no problems. When I lived in Allentown, Pennsylvania, same thing. Okay, Tijuana, I will, dear. So I had someone say, where have you been? Hey, from my own personal experiences, I have not experienced what they have, but then I don't live in LA. So there's that. Okay. All right, there you go, Tijuana. Hit that like button. Also, folks, if you will, please share this stream out with family, friends, neighbors, okay? And again, I would like to hear more than one or two people's perspective, because depending on where you live, we all have different experiences. So, there you go, Tijuana. I posted it, dear. Now I'll do the roll call. If you want me to call your name during the roll call, all I need you to do is to simply say hello or send an emoji. If not, you may be here, but I cannot see who's here if you don't actually interact by sending an emoji or typing a word. All right, I'll start. Brandy, how are you? Democrat, yes, Brandy, they really are. Connie, how you doing? You'll be watching. Thank you, Connie. Love you too, dear. Brandy, okay, where are we here? Florida, how are you doing, dear? Who helps me run this channel? Tube State, how you doing? Chicago Hood is here. Hi, fam, at work, but we'll be listening when I call. Stacy, yay! Shout out to you. All right. Florida, I'm glad you did that so I didn't forget. Rob Cat, how are you? I missed you yesterday, but I will still send your little kitty emojis here, because I know when you come, I have to send the meows. There you go. Okay. Bakmari, howdy. How are you? Beverly, how you doing? Tijuana, I hope you see the link I posted for you, dear. Laurie's here. She gets the kitties too. So here are your kitties. Some people have to get the kitties, and there they are. All right. Traveling mom. Yes. Allentown. Yeah. I was there. I'm this old. I was there when Billy Joel made the song, Well, We're Living Here in Allentown. All right. Bill, ABC TV. How you doing, love? Dorian is here, of course. Joey, how are you doing? Yes. Let me start off by saying Happy Father's Day to each and every one of you who are fathers, or those of you who may play the role of a father. We know how vitally important fathers are in helping to raise children, okay? So again, share this stream out, folks. Hit that little thumb. That is the like button so that we can get this video shared with more people. And so, Baldwin Birds, how you doing, love? Happy Father's Day. So again, Robert, how you doing, dear? Okay, they're still coming in. Hit the little thumb, folks. Okay. So we've briefly touched on this topic. And so if you remember several videos, I told you the Democrats are angry. They've been trying. Now, you know about Democrats. I'm talking the Black Bull, the gatekeepers, right? The puppets that are paid for already, basically, the black shills. How you doing? Brandy's back. Okay. Glad you're back, dear. So these people, as we said, are totally sold out. They're glad they want to continue to flood this country with immigrants. And love you too, Joey. I'm still waiting on my wedding, my engagement ring, since you asked me to marry you months ago, and I haven't received my ring yet. So yeah, I haven't forgotten. Okay. So we talked about that, right? And I'm going to start off with this video because I think Trump being elected, it's an awakening. And everything that's happened with these illegal immigrants, you have Black Americans who vote for Democrats. They're like, whoa, you're doing all this, and anytime we ask for anything, you don't have any money. All right. So again, this is an awakening. And I'm going to play this video first. Here's and some of the things that we've said, you're going to hear coming from his mouth. All right. So I will try to keep up with your comments in the comments section. Let's listen to this. And this is part of the hashtag walk away, people who are walking away from the Democratic Party. Let's listen to this.
This political party, the Democratic Party, have lied to us about everything. They've lied about being the party of the middle class. They've lied about being the party of peace. They've lied about being the party that wants to help poor people. Okay? What the last several weeks have proven to us all is that this is a cadre of criminals and losers and spoiled children of affluent parents who were more concerned about looking good than actually doing good. These are people who were more concerned about looking like they were doing something for the American people than actually doing things for the American people. And that's why I'm so angry. Because this party lied to me while stealing my tax dollars. The Democratic Party lied to us all while they brought in millions of illegal immigrants for their own political purposes for the last 4 years. 20 to 30 million illegal aliens brought in. And now we come to USAID being probably the largest money laundering operation in American history. Congratulations, Dems. You've outdone even Bernie Madoff. I'm disgusted beyond words. Disgusted with the waste of money. Disgusted with the waste, with the fraud. With the way that you people use color legitimacy, and the way you use black people as mules to get us to push whatever agenda you wanted to. The amount of division you used black people to sow upon the American people, you used us for that. And I will never, ever forgive this political party that I've gone through personally. Y'all were supposed to be the party of free speech, the party of women's rights. You have immolated all of those things. And then, as if enough weren't enough, you then decide that you're going to die on the hill of USAID, a government audit, You're trying to prevent a government audit because some of you really are trying to stay out of prison. We see the game now. Y'all been out here telling us that the game was rigged against certain people. Well, now we found out who the people that were rigging the game were. Congratulations. Y'all are never going to win another political race ever again. Not if I can help it.
So, what are your thoughts on that? Yes, people, I'm telling you, it has been an awakening. All right. So, Tijuana Border Jumper, thank you for the super chat love. You know, I'm sending you some hearts. How you doing, Sherry? So this, again, this has been an awakening. And I've said that if you go back and look at my videos where I started with the politics, I'm telling you, people are not drinking the Kool-Aid anymore. Tijuana Border Jumper says, they've been lying for years. Let's pray more Americans see the truth. Tijuana, that's my prayer. All the lies are coming full circle. Mojo, how you doing, dear? Thank you so much for your support. Everyone, share some hearts in the comment section for Tijuana Border Jumper. He really supports this channel. Thank you so much, dear. Dorian, yes, they're a dead horse. Citizen Kang, how are you? Oh, well, when we say no reparation, no black vote, believe us the first time. Okay. Brandy said, wow. Yes. Baldwin, you can tell how truthful he's being. This is sad. The Dems are evil. Yeah. And so here we go. Like I said, I have several clips from YouTube, from TikTok, because you see, we like I said, we have mentioned this on the channel, but I wanted you to see what people are actually saying on social media. So let me get the next video going here. All right. And again, you can see for yourself. You can hear for yourself. Why? Now, of course, those of you in the chat who voted like I did, we voted for this. So we're talking about the people, the 92% of Black women who voted for Skamala. So everyone has their own different reasons for not supporting. Those of us who did not vote for the Curry Queen, this is what we expected. This is what he said he would do. The ones on the left, they have other reasons, which I'll share with you here. So let's go ahead and get this one ready. Okay. And type your thoughts in the comment section for me, folks. So these are some of the reasons why. And you see some people, if you remember a few videos back, there was a guy, I think he was Mexican, and he was he said, Mexicans don't need your help, Black people. You have enough of your own problems. You don't work together. So he said a bunch of stuff. Then, of course, TikTok attacked him and he had to shut his account down, but whatever. But I'm going to share several clips with you. And of course, we'll discuss it. Hit that like button for me, please, folks. Also share this stream out, please. It is greatly appreciated. Citizen Kane, JB Prisker wouldn't stand up for Brandon John. No. And they all need to go. All right, let's listen to this, folks.
Over, you're shooting us all because of the color of our skin. All because we have culture, we brought it here, and we are who we are, and we love it here, and we help people here. That's what we're known for. We help people, and yet we're getting terrorized. We're going through this. Our families are our babies are literally being ripped from our hands. If someone could please tell me if there's something we can do to help our people, please just imagine yourself in our situation. Imagine your people are being terrorized. They're being ran over. If you literally cannot have empathy for someone, I don't know what to tell you. You're an evil ass human being and you need help and you need God. You have no heart, and hell, there's a special place in hell for you. Karma is real and God will take care of them. This is so heartbreaking.
These are some of the people, and I have a lot of clips to share with you on social media lambasting Black Americans for not joining the protests. Dorian said Crimea River. Tina says, Lord have mercy, crocodile tears. Yeah, that from folks who say they work harder than blacks. That's from Citizen Kane. Tijuana Border Jumper, shut up and make me some more flour to Tia's book. No, Tijuana Border Jumper is he's cutting up already. I love it. How you doing, Gail Tripp? Hit the like button, dear. So let's continue to listen to this trope.
I don't know what we could do to help. I feel so helpless. I just want to help with something. I just want this to end. I just want there to be peace like there was peace. I just want that. That's all I want for us.
All right, let me get rid of the commercial. So this is all over social media. Oh my God. So you have people like her crying, then you have the other people, we don't need you, and da 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 da, and oh, it's awful. All right, here we go.
So I'm getting tired of seeing videos of my raza, my Latin community, my Hispanic community, calling out Black people, our Black brothers, for not doing what we think that they're supposed to be doing. This revolution is for us. This revolution is ours. It is our turn and our time to stand up for what is right. Leave those people alone. If their people want to call them out and ask them to stand in solidarity with us, then let that be so. But I need all my Hispanic and Latinos to leave them alone. If you are not Black, do not call them out. They are not deserving of that.
All right. So what are your thoughts on this? And like I said, I have several clips. Gail said they can go back home. That will help everyone. Robert, that lady crying is wrong. They didn't help out the Black community. Dorian, they should go clean my pool instead, crying to us. Florida, Tijuana is going to be in the corner. Yes, Tijuana, Florida. Talking about some flour tortillas making us all hungry. Dorian, yeah. And so Dorian, that's on social media as well. A lot of Black Americans are talking about how they have a lot of hatred in their culture for Black Americans. And so it's just a lot. You'll see it. I have several things to share with you today. Citizen Kane, where was peace with her folks driving us out of LA neighborhood? So Citizen Kane, I sort of mentioned that earlier. So there's a lot that went on with LA. And I had someone send me a comment. Where have you been? I'm like, hey, if you don't live in LA, you don't know. How you doing, Mayor and Jackie? Everything that's going on. So until you start doing some research, right? And then you're like, oh, okay. And so, hey, I don't profess to know everything. Like I said, you can only go by your own personal experiences. So what are your thoughts on this, folks? Sherry, but why won't they use all that power and go build their own country? Well, Sherry, that's a good point too. So you have many Black Americans say, you're over here protesting and you're working hard. You said you're working hard here. Go build up your own. And that's all because, the Jamaicans, Africans, we're talking people from Haiti, all of these people. Remember, I did a video with the lady from Africa. She's a nurse, and she was talking about how she despised and hated Black Americans, didn't want anything to do. So we're talking everybody, folks. We're not talking about just one group of people from one country, but that's just where we are with that. And like I said, I have several clips to share with you. This has nothing to do with skin color, has everything to do with legal or illegal, period. Boom. Gail, you're exactly right. How you doing, MC? I live in LA and they have firebombed Black communities, forcing us out. MC, again, I did some research on that and I did not know, or you know how you know things, but you forget. They drove Black Americans out of LA. And of course, who did that? Your beloved Democrats. Boom. So as much as you think they love you, they are the ones responsible for getting rid of you. I mentioned that yesterday in the video, ethnic cleansing. And these are the people that you keep voting for. It's not a black and white thing, Dorian. It is not. It's about right and wrong. And, you know, the black people in LA warned the people in Chicago, if you don't stop this, the same thing. They have driven practically most of the black Americans out. And you can thank your local Democrats for that. So again, they don't say, hey, you can't live here, but they drive you out. Yeah, they were firebombed. And I just did a lot of research on this subject because I'm like, why? Again, me thinking about my own personal experiences, I'm like, why? You know, what's the problem? So let me share this with you. Why she described Brandy, a lot of them, and you're going to hear in some of the clips that I share with you, a lot of them are just saying in their culture that black is, they just don't like black people in the Latin American community. So what's so disrespectful is that they're okay with spitting on the American flag, but they want to stay here. Yeah, Dorian, we talked about that. You fled a country, you come here, and you know, if I wanted to be here, I'd be swinging. If I was from another country, every time you saw me, I'd be swinging an American flag. So saying the Pledge of Allegiance. So listen to this.
This is a race issue. Let's talk. I have a lot of people in the comments talking about, why are you just talking about African Americans? Why are you just asking for our support? Why are you not asking white people? Why are you not asking Asian people? Let me tell you something. If it's not clear by now, they have never been part of the fight. And that's not to come for you guys, but the majority is not the minority, right? Black and brown are the minority in this country. We have had a lot more issues than any other race in this country. So, you know, by default, you would kind of think like we would stand together, you know, having a history of so much oppression. And, you know, I'm not trying to discredit anybody else, but we have both been through a lot. This is not even a topic of conversation. Once y'all get over the fact that it's not a race thing, because there is only one race, and that is the human race. And if you guys want to continue to put us in separate teams, then we are never going to fix the problem. Truly. If there is no unity, nothing is getting fixed. I'm going to just leave that there.
You guys put yourselves in a separate race from us. Hispanics, Latinos have always made it clear that they are not the blacks. Me no black, me no black, me no black. What about Native Americans? The so-called Native Americans? Y'all actually look a lot alike, to be quite honest. How come you ain't calling on them? Aren't they a minority? Asians are not a minority. Like the math just is not mathing with this one. You know what it is? What it all boils down to? What people never want to admit is that Black American people have always fought, and we have always prevailed. No matter if y'all want to say we on the bottom or what, we got ourselves out of shackles. It was not just because some white man one day woke up and said, oh, I think I want to let my slaves free. I think I want to let go of my free labor. Clearly, that was not the case, because look at what followed with Jim Crow.
Why are Black people?
So hold on. Chicago Hood, the people in China and the people in North Korea, Iran, etc. Those are truly oppressed people. Right, Chicago? How you doing? Katrinka, where have you been, love? So, yeah, I'm going to continue playing this, but I'm trying to keep up with your comments. So if I miss your comment, please type it again or say, hey, check my previous comment. I'm trying to keep up, but there are a lot of people in here today. Hit the like button, please.
people saying this is not our fight, making you upset. I've seen video after video from Latino creators or Latino people coming online pleading to Black people to put our bodies at the forefront of this fight against illegal ICE raids, against deportation, against roundups, against undocumented people being rounded up and families being disjointed. But there's several reasons as to why you should not be shocked that Black people are sitting this one out. You guys all remember that this is a subset of your community last year.
So if you can see and hear what they're, so remember the Latinos for Trump movement. So they're also, so a lot of Black Americans are saying, you know, a large swath of your community voted for Trump. So, all right, here we go.
Hey, it's John.
All right, let me get rid of the commercial. So there's that, right? All right, hold on. Let me see. All right, there we go.
Where that across the board, overwhelmingly Black people voted in favor of the candidate that had Black interests, Latino interests, Asian interests at heart.
All right, and I'll pause that so you can see those numbers. How you doing, Ruby? Ruby, you behave. I'm telling you now because I know you. Chris, hi, it's Chris. How you doing, Chris? All right, hit the like button. We have a lot of people in here. We may make it to 100 likes. All right. Okay. Tina, I am Chippewa, and we don't stand with this left-wing lunacy. Boom. All right, can everyone see those numbers? Robert, they want to have separate teams. Working day and night. Okay, Katrina. All right. So again, a lot of Black Americans are referencing this, particularly the ones who voted for the Curry Queen. They're like, you voted for Trump and he told you he was going to deport your community. So there. All right, here we go.
Where if you look at the sentiments of what that vote represents, half of your community voted for this. Half of your community said F you to Black people. Half of your community said, we don't care about you. Half of your community said you wanted to be white aligning and white adjacent. And now you're being reminded of the fact that you're not. We have to.
So, Dan, how you doing? No, real Democrats blame you. Enjoy the, yeah. Well, we know how that goes, right? Yeah, Ruby. Yeah, I know I'm going to have some corner dwellers today. Florida, I had to go to the corner yesterday. And my goodness, I'm sure she's probably going to have to go again. Yeah, so that's the sentiment with some. Again, those of you just joining, hit that like button. If you have Facebook and other forms of social media, please share this out. And Dorian, I voted for Trump and I have no regrets. Okay, yeah, so if Dorian said if Kamala was president, the illegals would have a field day. Oh my God, we'd have to leave. So that's just where we are, folks. And hey, this is a viral trend. And if you ever go on TikTok, you can check it out yourself. The mayor of Chicago pretty much doesn't give a rat's patootie about you. And that's the truth. Remember, they're just following the Democratic agenda. And the Democratic agenda is to flood this country with illegals. And they did that. So the leftist Latinos they're the ones who are begging Black people to get out in the streets and you know, stand with them in solidarity. They're the Marxists and the communists, of course. They've been indoctrinated and brainwashed. And of course, the Democrats are angry, as we've been saying since forever. They've been trying to do anything that they could to get Black Americans out in the streets. And so again, the Democrats are angry at Black Americans. And so there's that. What else is new? Marxist drink. Yeah. Where are we? The color everyone needs to be worried about is green, color of the dirty money that divides us. Elites doing exactly what they want you to do. More control. Yes, you're right. Where are we? Katrinka. Chris, I've been telling people since the 90s it's not about black or white. Katrinka, boom. You're both right. Yeah. William, yes, this is true. Okay. What exactly will this rioting and looting do? So, Mayor, this is, of course, is part of the Cloward Piven strategy. I really need to do a video on that. They're trying to destroy America, basically. And that was the whole reason for this. And now, when we said now with the Democrats, they flooded the country with all of these people. Again, a new voting demographic, cheap labor. I could go on. So here we go. Listen to this.
Funny, everyone who felt comfy enough to out themselves that they voted for Trump back in January, they're dead silent right now. Dead silent.
Apprehending them and taking them away from their families and their jobs and the lives they've built here doesn't bother you, then you're a bad person. And I don't want to be your friend. And I don't care about your opinion.
I say this in the most disrespectful way possible as a first-generation American whose parent is not from this country. If you got here and you got papers and you agree with what's going on right now, fuck you.
If you are a resident of Los Angeles, California, and you have a large platform on this app on the internet, and you have decided, you have made the conscious choice to not speak out against the ICE raids that are taking place in this city right now, the attack that Los Angeles is feeling in this moment, if you're not sticking your head out for your own community, the city of Los Angeles in which you live, that you benefit so much from, if you can't do that, you do not deserve your platform, and maybe you should fucking move.
I don't know who needs to hear this, but being undocumented isn't a crime. You're just racist. See you in hell. Mwah.
I think it's important to remember that though what Trump is doing in LA is absolutely deranged and incredibly fucked up, it is an act of desperation. The people behind all this, though it may seem very calculated, are not smart.
California does not really belong to the United States. It belongs to Mexico, and we stole it from them in 1850.
People would not have to be protesting if what was going on in this country was even a little bit normal. Instead of thinking about what's going on, think about what has been going on that causes something like this to go on.
Yeah, I would do absolutely anything for my daughter, and that includes going to a different country to give her a better life. And being undocumented is not a criminal offense. It's a civil one. And if you've ever jaywalked, congratulations, because you've also committed a civil offense. And you're so worried about criminals being in this country, yet you voted for one to run it.
Okay. Okay, let me let this spin. Okay.
One of those moments where silence feels really fucking loud because what do you...
All right, I'm tired of this. So, all right, hit the like button, folks. We have almost 100 people in here. I'm sorry if I missed your comments, but we are full today. Dan said, ouch, plastic woman hurts my eyes. Boom. So obviously, these people are indoctrinated. And how you doing, Unc Winston? Hit the like button. But they look down and away from Black people. Well, so Unc, before you got here, that's what we said. A lot of Black Americans, again, this is a trend. Black Americans and Hispanics on TikTok, Instagram saying, you didn't want, anything to do with us. And this goes back to the founding of LULAC and all of that. And Ruby, most of the anarchists at these rallies and on TikTok are BLM, Antifa, and other useful idiots, i.e. libs. Boom. Yes, Donald D. Nice, how are you? ICE has a job to do. Exactly. These people are nuts. Trish, they took resources out of the Black community and they want help. Gail, what about the federal immigration laws? Don't they understand what I'm not willing to do is pay for food, housing, more teachers, and God knows what most of us can bear. Most of us can barely make it now, right, Gail? Where everyone's already strapped. California was purchased by the United States. They need to learn their history. Boom. Tina, I don't know who taught these people history, but I've been watching videos because they're carrying signs around. You can't be illegal on stolen land. The United States paid for that. Dan, how are you doing? Hit the like button. If you're enjoying this content, hit the subscribe button too. Emma Murphy, how you doing? Thank you, Emma. Boom. They don't know federal law either. Thank you. Sharice, American politicians are not being paid to help foreigners have a better life. Right. Here's an idea. How about help Americans? And that's why the left doesn't get it. That's why you lost the White House. That's why you lost the House and the Senate. The American people do not agree with your policies. Dan, you hate machine morons. Yeah. The language of these idiots. Yeah, I'm like, what? All these people that are writing are paid to do so. Is it true? Yeah, Gail. I think now the government's trying to figure out who is paying for this. Follow the money trail. How you doing, Jesse? Human trafficking is a federal crime, be it labor or sex. These people forget about the gangs hurting young girls in Inglewood. Jesse, I think you're new here. We've done a whole plethora of videos on the horrendous crimes that have been committed by these illegals. But the Democrats won't say anything about it. They're just like the guy that, what's his name? Abrego Garcia, Father of the Year, who they were all the senators going down there to check on him. Is he all right? These people are crazy. I hope they lose the midterms too. I hope so. So, they want Black people out on the front lines to help them put their bodies, on the front line at risk. And most Black Americans are saying, no, thank you. You don't like, and a lot of videos where Black people are like, you don't even like Black people. Why are you asking me to come out and help you? Hope in one hand and pray in the other. MAGA is done. That's what Dan said. Okay. Robert, no more freebies for them. Yeah. Amen, Roland. We are done with leeches. My God, what do you think would happen to you if you just showed up in some other country and wave your flag there? Bye-bye. Gail, I'd probably disappear. They'd take me somewhere and chop my head off, probably. You'd never hear from me again. How you doing, Chris? And so the things that these people are doing, they could never do in their country. I watched a video today. People from some of those countries, they were like, if they did that at home, oh my God. There was a guy I watched, a guy from Mexico said, if they did that, what they're doing over here, okay, it wouldn't be nice for them. Cherie, deport illegals to California and remove U.S. status from California and build a border between the rest of the United States and California. Boom. Yes. Oh, wow. Very, very good idea. Hit that like button, folks. If you are not subscribed to the channel, today's your day. Hit that subscribe button and make sure it is on all notifications. All right. So, Dan, your ignorance is breathtaking. You want Trump to do the same thing. All right. So we're sitting this one out. Jesse, we all got to do what we did on November 5th. Get out there and vote. Make sure they pick up no seats in the midterms or we're all yeah. You have to show them we do not agree with your agenda. Heck no. America should have pulled the plug on California. Oh, yeah, they should have. And so, again, many Latinos are upset. Where are we? Chicago. I know a lot of these protesters are paid, but there was way too many people out yesterday protesting. Yes, the Walmart heiress. Yes, that's coming out. And so now they're talking about boycotting Walmart. So we'll have to see where that goes. Let me share one more clip with you. Please hit that like button. Okay, 11. Where are we here? Hold on. Let me get this set up for you. And again, tell me what your thoughts are. You know how I feel. And again, now we have people, you may not agree with our thought process, but we are older demographic. We don't agree on everything. So if we do have some people in here, how you doing, Baba? If we do have people in here, we welcome everyone. If you are a Democrat, we don't care. All we ask is that you're respectful. We don't throw people out. Oh, you're a Democrat? Get out. No, we don't. We're too old for that. So let me share on this clip. Hit the like button for me, Baba. Yes, Tina. Mel Gibson, I like him. Donald, ICE has to their job. Yes. All right, let's watch this.
Exploits the African, abuses the Latino. And please believe if they could figure out how to deport, they've been trying since the Emancipation Proclamation. The same enemy has used these same methods to divide, devalue, and destroy. Common enemy, common goal. The same corporations that run the ICE detention centers run the state and federal prisons, where our people are doing slave labor for 13 cents an hour. Those same corporations abduct and hold Palestinians in Israel. And not only are the same riot police deployed against blacks and Latinos, they receive training, information, and technology from the IOF. Historically, we were snatched from the shores of Africa and brought to Central and South America. Don't be fooled into believing this struggle is not ours. They come for you in the night.
Now, of course, now I'm showing you the other side. There are some of the leftist Marxists and communists who are saying that Black Americans should join. All right, Tijuana Border Jumper, thank you for the super chat, love. I just sent you some hearts in the comment section. Tijuana says, sorry to say people have it backwards. I say if you think you're going to invade, invade back. Take back our country and some of the invading ones. Boom. Exactly. Tijuana, we Americans can't go anywhere and do that. Okay, Cherie. Okay, there you go. Okay, let's listen to this stuff here.
They'll come for me in the morning. So shit. Inshallah, a lot of Latinos in Los Angeles County really unified because there's 4.5 million of them. 2,000 National Guard. Fuck they gonna do with 5 million people? Black people, this ain't got shit to do with us. I disagree.
So again, now I'm letting you hear the Black Americans who are saying we should. These are leftist loonies who are upset that the Curry Queen did not win. Okay.
Agree. Piece of evidence number one. Alabama could send.
And remember, I mentioned this to you before. There some of these black puppets and gatekeepers who he listens to, like D.L. Hughley and all these other people, are telling Black Americans that when Trump is done with the illegals, then he's deporting all Black Americans. So you have to remember that. Remember that in context with what he's saying. Okay.
Inmates to foreign prisons under proposed bill. They say our prisons are too soft. This is from May of this year, 2025. Read it with me. A proposed bill, HB 618, would allow Alabama to send people incarcerated in the state to foreign prisons. This bill would authorize the commissioner of the Department of Corrections to enter into contracts with foreign nations to confine Alabama inmates to a penal institution or correctional facility. Orange Man is already accidentally detaining American citizens, but he says he would love to send the homegrown criminals next to foreign prisons. I just sold you a piece of policy that's being introduced in Alabama that does what? Okay, like Z said on Twitter, you really think the government that enslaved your ancestors for 400 years, they erase your political prisoners, so they throw no crack into your communities, and you think they above sending your black ass to El Salvador prison?
Elevate your. All right, what are your thoughts on that? Jesse said, open your door. Oh my goodness, Jesse. Yeah. So, Jesse, I don't know you. I don't think you were here. Down low, Hughley. Boom. Yeah, they listened to the Breakfast Club and D.L. Hughley. Oh my God, who would listen to those? And what's his name? Ricky Smiley. Give me a break. And they listen to that crap. So this is where they're getting that. Oh, Trump is deporting Black Americans. Oh, here we go.
They are lying to you, claiming that what's happening with ICE is not Black people's business. First, ICE targets Black people too. Also, history should tell you anytime mass and unmasked jump out boys are snatching folks off the street, it's 100% Black people's business. Folks on this side, even if you think you're undeportable, when Trump is talking about overturning birthright citizenship, I should remind you, they was not denying your ancestors citizenship to deport them. They were doing it to deny dehumanizing them and captivating them. I mean, put them in captivity. I'm so annoyed I can't even talk right now. That's why I can't pronounce words, but it's true. ICE agents aren't allowed to detain anyone they want. So the fact they are accidentally detaining U.S. citizens means they are breaking the law. You don't have to put yourself on the front lines. You don't have to go out to the streets to not champion mass deportation politics. You do not have to sacrifice yourself to say, hey, what they doing right here is bad, and I'm not going to be rooting it on. As a matter of fact, Justice Scott made a beautiful video about creating counter narratives that I think you can check out. It doesn't involve nothing about putting yourself in harm's way and all about creating counter narratives with the same device y'all be hating on, these old phones. And coming to a conclusion, conservatives won when they cooked up that xenophobic crack. It's moving in my community like blue magic. I'm talking about it got way too many folks geeked too. It's manufactured destruction just like real crack. Emboldening ICE and increasing the police apparatus is definitely going to have an impact on black people. These Mexicans asked for that. That's what they get. The Latinos should have watched what they were saying. This is the state of California and the Electoral College showing you that it's blue, and all 54 Electoral College votes went towards Kamala Harris. Those people in California did not vote for this. As a matter of fact, according to Unidos USA, Kamala Harris won 66% of the Latino vote in California against Donald Trump. According to another source, Votecast, 55% of the Latino respondents in California supported Kamala Harris. I get it though. It's a learned programming. White folks do it the same way. They pick the worst example of black folks and then define the entire community that way and say this justifies doing y'all like that. That's what y'all do.
That's what the Democrats do, sir.
To the Mexicans. That's what y'all doing to the Latino community. I'm talking about majority of California voted for Kamala Harris, and that's where Donald Trump is deciding to unlaunch this crazy militaristic approach to us.
All right, that's enough of him. So you see, there's that. I wanted to show you both sides. Okay, so again, people that listen to the Breakfast Club with Charlemagne the God, D.L. Hughley and Ricky Smiley, all these other black gatekeepers and black shills, that's where they get that crap from. Like she lost all the swing state. Yeah, she did. Tijuana. But how many of those votes were from legal residents who could vote? Boom. They never talk about that. And all the people who are dead and people who've been dead for 200 or 300 years. Yeah. And there is no voter ID, and they want to keep it that way. And again, with these liberals, I've seen some videos, especially white liberal women. Woo! They are livid. How dare you not get out there and march? But these communist lefties, their lunacy is getting worse. Okay, they're mad. So. No one cares. And even an Asian man voted without. Yeah, we did a video on that, Dorian. We did. Hit the like button, folks. I think we're going to make it to 100. I love it. And you don't see the small hats out there stumping for these people in their communities, or the Asians, or the Native Americans, the Mexicans around. Well, Jesse, that's what we're talking about. Cam won every state without voter ID. Boom. Of course she did. And so I wanted to share. I told you I have a lot to share with you. So maybe it will, resonate and you'll understand why. Now, I'm not talking about the people. Is this dude speaker? Yeah. Now you have two different sets of black people. So the ones who voted for Trump, who wanted to get rid of this mass immigration, just where the country is flooded. And again, where did they place those people? Again, the Democrats do ethnic cleansing. So you keep voting for them. And then, so you see, again, we're talking about LA specifically now. And they started it with Chicago. That's why Chicago started fighting. So they have you to vote for them. And then they bring in your replacements. Boom. They never do anything for you. Every time it's time to vote, then they say, oh, okay, we're going to do another reparations study. Stop it. Smarten up. Where are we? I remember when Ben and Jerry said we should give the natives their land back until they showed up at their flagship offices. Oh, yeah, crickets. Boom. So let me share this with you. So Black Americans also were complaining about being undermined. So let me explain so you'll understand what he's saying here. The man that you see in this picture is an African immigrant who owns his own construction company. Tijuana, let's audit those reparation hearings and see who got paid. Boom. All it is another scam. We know that, Tijuana, another scam. We know it. Exactly. Woo. Okay, so the man here in this picture is an African immigrant. And he had some Mexican workers that he had. So from some of the I'm just sharing with you why people who voted for Trump are not out there protesting, because this is what they wanted. And the reasons why, I did a lot of research on this because I didn't want to come in here half-cocked. So from the videos I watched, the Black Americans in California said they're being driven out. And then one of you even typed, their homes have been firebombed. All kinds of horrible things happened to them. And then they said, now when the Latinos get locked up and they're in prison, they don't partner with the black gangs. They partner with the white supremacist gangs in prison. Look it up. So I'm giving you the reasons why. Ms. Rowland, another content creator, said the same thing you said about ethnic cleansing. Robert, yes. And so again, Black Americans who voted for Trump are some of the people who've been driven out. And a lot of Black Americans said they can't get jobs in California because they're undermined. Like this guy's going to tell you, and this guy's African. He's an African immigrant. And some of his, one of his Mexican workers came to him and told him about one of the Black Americans that he hired, and told him, hey, I have a cousin that will work twice as hard, So from the videos I've watched, Black Americans are saying that the Mexicans have been undermining them. This is what I watched. And that's why they voted for Trump, because they can't get jobs and they have problems finding housing. And when you have someone who will work at a cheaper rate, that's undermining as well, right? So let's listen to this. Trump supporters don't have to protest. The lunatics are doing it for us. Boom. So listen to what he says, because this is what he's saying. Other people, I've watched other videos. Everyone's saying the same thing. Okay, this is what they're experiencing. Okay, so here we go.
In my company, I'm a black man. I own a company. I hire a Latino. The Latino comes back and complain about the African Americans because the Latino thinks because I'm African, I don't have any relationship with the African American. The Latino comes to me and tell me that you are an immigrant. I'm an immigrant. That African American cannot work. I have Jose. I have Gonzalez, my brothers who know how to work very well. You need to fire the African Americans, and I will bring a lot of hardworking Latinos who work for your company. This is my company as a black man. My company. I was a contractor at Quantico Marine Base in Virginia. A contractor for General Electrics.
My name. So Robert said he's seen this video. Okay, yeah. So these videos are going viral. Let me get rid of this commercial. Where are we? Black folks need to realize the Democrats are trying to replace them with these illegal criminals. Yes, and you're doing it to yourself because you're voting for them. Thank you, Florida. William, the meat industry did that to blacks in Mississippi. Boom. Yeah, so again, a lot of the videos that I've watched, Black Americans are not coming out telling their stories that, you know, they were undermined. If they do something wrong, that the Mexican, their Mexican co-workers go and tell them, so they can try to get them fired so they can bring their family members in. So again, I was like, wow. But again, if something hasn't happened, I didn't know all this was going on. And I told you, I wanted to prepare for this because it's viral, and a lot of people are talking about why Black Americans aren't out protesting. And so that's when that opened up the Pandora's box, and all these people are coming out saying, well, they did this to me and they did that. And again, I did not know. I did not know. But now, thanks to social media, I know, and just like you know now. Okay, so listen, let him finish.
And the Latino workers that are hired, they are snitching on the African-American workers that are hired for me to fire the African-Americans so they can bring Latinos to take their place.
Now, ladies and gentlemen.
All right. So that's the end of that. What are your thoughts? So again, if you are an American male, and this isn't just black, that affects white men too. If the Democrats are flooding the country with immigrants who are willing to work cheaper price, and they're undermining, you do something wrong, they're over there, hey, they're trying to, and I watched the videos, and Florida said I'm speaking the truth. Florida, yeah, I did research for this, love. I did. So that's going to hurt white men too. That's why they overwhelmingly voted for Trump. No one needs you bringing people over here to replace them. Citizen Kane says same thing for black agricultural workers. Boom. Jesse, they get the business in our communities and the loans. The tethers got to go. Yeah. And they were talking about that as well. Hit the like button for me, folks. If you're enjoying this content and you're not already subscribed, please do now. Kelly Ray, how you doing, love? Roll in the chat. To think that people called me racist 5 years ago when I was telling people to stop stomping the ground for people who won't do it for you. Boom. Kelly, you were ahead of the game, girl. You were ahead. So again, how many of you are old enough to remember when Ramaswamy, he said something about they have to bring people. Remember, MAGA got mad at him. He said they have to bring people from India and other countries like in China, right, to work. Basically, he said Americans are lazy, period. And MAGA is still upset with him about that. Boom. How you doing, Prosperity? Hit the like button, doll. So, now you're having problems, and you're like, they're asking Black Americans to help them, and they're like, no, this. And so, like I said, I haven't responded yet, but someone left me a comment. How did you not know all of this was happening? That has not been my experience. I've never had a problem, and I primarily dealt with Puerto Ricans when I was growing up. Some of my best friends, we had no problem. So all of these things I'm hearing about, I didn't have that experience. And even when I was a dormitory supervisor, my workers, I supervised Mexican workers. I did not have any problems. So I'm not going to make something up. How you doing, Beanie? What happened to the water hoses and dogs like in the 60s? Okay. Yeah, we know that happened with the civil rights movement. All right. So it's not racist to call out hypocritical actions of the past. Help with, yes, Cherise, boom, let's help them. So it would behoove any American, right? And you heard me saying, as ICE is raiding these facilities, American men, go get these jobs. Go get these jobs that they're freeing up that you didn't have access to before. Construction jobs and then meat packing plant, everywhere. Go get these jobs. You don't have an excuse now. So again, why the heck would I vote for a party that puts American workers out of work? No, ma'am, no, sir, I won't. Boom. Yeah, 80 watching, 39. Yeah, you see the struggle is real. So don't go anywhere, folks. I have a lot to show. So these people like Mad Maxine Waters, all of these people, she's been in Congress since the beginning of time. Now, if Black people wanted to vote her out, they can't. There aren't enough of them. Primarily the people voting for her now are Hispanic. Black people, you did this to yourselves. Stop voting for Democrats. And so some of the black people are saying, how you doing, love? Some of the black people are saying, why don't you talk to white people and Asian people? Why aren't you talking to them about them not coming out? So I have a little clip to show you. This Asian young lady, she talks about how her community doesn't like black people. So I'll play that for you. All right, here we go. Tell you, I have a lot of clips to share with you. Filipinos and not Chicanos and Mexicans started the unionized farmers movement in California. Yeah. All right. Let's listen to this.
So I'm actually seeing the topic on why Asians don't speak up when it comes to a protest or speaking up for our rights. Because they honestly do not think they're a minority. A lot of Asians live under that whitewashed world. And that comes from me speaking from experience. As a Vietnamese woman with black kids, I've heard every racial slur there is. Why are you with a black man? Your kids are gonna be dark. Your kids are gonna be like charcoal. Majority of Asian people are Trump supporters. They don't speak up. They don't fight. They don't speak on the situation. They don't even like talking about the situation. And when they do, they sound stupid and ignorant. They don't like doing that because in their mind, they're white. Majority of Asians feel the whiter the skin, the better.
Now we go. All right. What are your thoughts on that, folks? And she's almost done. And I will say also, what you hear her saying, that's the same thing in the black community. I have to be truthful with you. I just have to be truthful. Okay. Let me get rid of this commercial. Maxine Waters and Danny Davis are sorry members of Congress. Yeah. So even again, the black Americans voted for Mad Max so long, and now there aren't enough of them. They're stuck. All right, let her finish here. Let me go.
And that's all I'm going to say on that. That's why they don't speak up. That's why they don't make a scene when it comes to fighting for our rights. Because they think this is not going to affect them. As if 12 Vietnamese nail techs just didn't get deported because they're illegal immigrants. So let's be clear on why this is happening and who it's happening to, because it's just not Mexicans.
Okay, and that's all she had to say, folks. So again, I wanted to show that to you because some of the black Americans are saying, why don't you ask the Asian people and you know, ask white people? So having a job, a bank account, and security is why they voted for Trump. Boom. Oh, Robert, you've seen that? Yeah, these clips are going viral, Robert. Yeah, they're all, I'm telling you, this is trending. Let me see it. Let me pull up TikTok. Let me show you. That's why I wanted to discuss it. And I'm sorry, some of these people are using some naughty words. Hit that like button for me, folks. And I'll show you some of the things that are being said. Citizen Kane, Asians are the so-called super minority in the United States of America. Yeah, and they've been called the perfect minority. All right. But a lot of them are over here illegally too. So as she said, they're being deported too. But the ones who are here legally, they're not sticking. They're not saying anything. They're not sticking up for them. Let's be clear. We've had immigration laws in this country for 77 years. So is it dim? Dog walk to the press hearing. Padilla. Jesse, I'm not sure what you're saying. So let's listen to some of this. So this, again, it's trending. I've watched a buttload of videos. Listen.
Hispanics practice Jim Crow against Black Americans in Houston. Let me tell you what I'm talking about. At Houston Community College, right? The Chandler Caesar, he's a Hispanic man. He got together with the director of HR and the board of trustees, and they came up with this plan to get rid of Black employees at high positions. They did anything from putting false complaints in their folders so they could get demoted or get fired. And then they replaced these Black employees with Hispanics. Hispanics went up, the hiring for Hispanics went up 50%. These three individuals orchestrated the plan. And this is what they stated in their emails. Now, we Hispanics are going to receive preferential treatment. This plan was successful, targeting Black top employees. Now they got a class action suit against Houston Community College for $100 million. They have to come up with some type of settlement by 2026. But yeah, let Houston tell it. They'll tell you like brown and Black unity.
Okay, so again, they're everywhere. Let me show you this one. This lady, she's a veteran. Listen to what she says. So everybody's just telling their personal. How you doing, Donovan? Yes, hit that like button, dear. How are those kitty cats doing? Take care of the kitties. Yeah, so this woman here is a veteran. And so, again, people are on here telling their personal experiences that they've had and why they're not marching. So I was like, oh, my God.
And so speaking of this, because I haven't been responding to people in the comments, I've been letting y'all do your thing and have your conversation because I know where I stand. I know I'm right, especially for the Hispanic people who are coming in the comments, you know, basically trying to make me out to be racist. But there's hundreds, thousands of Black people on this app either commenting that they have the same experiences or making videos similar to mine. So speaking of her comments, saying that Hispanics saying the N-word and other racial slurs and comments aren't going to help them. There's literally video going around right now of a Hispanic person at the protest in LA calling a cop the N-word. You think we want to be out there with y'all when you're doing stuff like that? Like, there is so much anti-Blackness within that community. And of course, it's not everyone, because of course I have to say that every single time I come and make a video regarding any subject, that it's not everyone within the community, but it's so prevalent in the community that I even remember, because I spent most of my life in California. I remember being in middle school, high school, where you first start talking to a guy and you got your little crush and everything. And because I primarily was in, if you know, Salinas, California, there are plenty of Hispanic men, boys, that when you start to talk to them, you can't go and talk to their family. You can't go meet their family because la negra. You think we want to go out there and be a part of that with y'all when there's so much anti-Blackness within the community? And it's still showing right now while people are out there protesting with you. This is why majority of Black people are talking about how they're not going to put their lives on the front line right now. Of course, there are plenty of Black people who are still out there. And then when I say Black people, y'all are like, well, as you guys act like there's not Black people who are coming, who are immigrants as well. Babe, we're talking about Black Americans. So if I have to specify, this is why Black Americans are not out there. Because also, like people are saying in my comments, there are plenty of Black people from other countries that hate Black Americans. Black Americans are the most hated people across the entire world. And to top that, Black women. I am a Black woman veteran. Let that sink in. A Black woman veteran. Now you tell me I'm going to go out there with you after you continue to scroll through these comments and see how many racist comments are in there. Go to the other post and see how many racist comments are in there. But y'all want to know why we're not out there. It's your fault. Go figure it out.
So again, And that is trending. It's all over TikTok. And remember this guy, this Mexican young man, this is the guy, I think I shared this clip before when he was talking trash, and then they went and attacked him and he shut his account down. Let me see.
Black people, what makes you think that Mexicans are going to come running to y'all for help? What for? Y'all black people can't even help yourselves.
Probably the only race that was literally pushing to save every single other demographic who is not white. And
man, I had to edit this video.
All right, and I won't play all of that because I've already played that for you. But yeah, it's trending. And then, like I said, let me show you this one.
I see a lot of people in the Black community are like split about this whole like ICE with the Latino community and specifically protests in LA. And to a certain extent, like I got
Oops, wrong one. Wait a minute. I thought I hit that one.
I see a lot of
Okay,
people.
so he's got a, yeah, hold on. Here we go.
To be honest, I'm mixed. I'm Hispanic and Black. I know that don't matter to some. I know that matter to some and whatever. Point is, like, it's quite sad. Like, I hate hearing, like I could understand both sides because one side might feel hurt, the other side might feel hurt. Truthfully, at the end of the day, we're all human. Like, why can't we just stand together, be there together? Like, obviously, most of us is not rich. Most of us is living that minimum wage type life. Most of us don't got our shit together, some may or whatnot. And those who do, really, like, most, if you don't notice, like, this world looks up to authority, money, and control. Trump, he has control. Like, his family was immigrants and all that stuff, but he don't give a fuck. He only care about money, control, and all that.
Obviously, she voted. You know who she voted for. Okay, hold on. Let me show you. Oh my goodness, they're all over the place. Oh wow, I looked at a lot. Hold on. Wait. Okay, here's one. For all those ones. So what they're doing, I'm clicking on, they're changing the faces because I looked at this one earlier. It was her. I don't know why she's popping up. See if I can get him.
I saw a video of a Hispanic man today saying that we don't need the support from Black people because we got each other. We got Mexicans, Hondurans, Salvadorans, Nicaraguenses. He basically mentioned all Central America and said, we don't need you guys. If you guys can't support each other, how is it that we need your support? Or how is it that we're going to even get your support? Anybody who saw that video, I watched the whole thing. Anybody who saw that video that's Black, I'm sorry. I'm wholeheartedly sorry. We don't all think like that. My heart has been filled with so much joy seeing the support from the Black community because we're finally coming to realize that we are so much alike, that we need each other, that we need to support each other. That rhetoric that we should hate each other, now more than ever, we should see how alike we are and how we need each other and how we can succeed when we unite. So I'm sorry, and just know that we don't all think that. I saw a video.
So she was basically apologizing for the people who are on here saying negative things. Now, someone like her again, she's apologizing and she didn't do anything wrong, but that's how it goes. Where are the other? Because I looked at a lot, and oh my God! But you know, a lot of people, they get on apps and things, and they say a lot of things they would never say in person. I think I looked at this one. Let's see. See, some of them have the same picture, and so it's throwing me off here. I hate they changed it because I looked at all of these earlier, the ones I wanted to share with you. But some of them, like this one I looked at, but it was him talking. And then when I click on there, it's someone else. So I don't know what that's about. I don't know. Let me see. Yeah, I looked at several. And let me see.
Black community standing up for the Hispanic community, I guess, while the deportations are going on.
Let me tell you something. The last couple weeks have been extremely hard for me. I'm not gonna lie. I've literally been in tears on a daily basis, and I've gone back to therapy, which I'm grateful for because I'm a big believer in therapy, and I think it helps everyone. And I am Latina, and I love being Latina. I am bicultural, and I love being bicultural. And the hatred and the constant hatred and bigotry has been so painful, especially since the election. That I posted earlier that I took a break from social media, and then this weekend happened. This weekend, seeing the massive protests, not just here in Los Angeles, but all over the country. Seeing people of all races and all cultures come together to support Mexican people and the Latin American community.
All right. Okay. I wish. Why can't I? Let me see if I can get her to come back up. I want you to hear what she has to say.
I'm sorry if I look awful, y'all. I woke up.
Okay. Here's one.
So if Trump is trying to defund federal, I was trying to figure out what were you
Mexicans, leave the Black community alone. They don't need to come to these gatherings in LA just so they can get locked up because people are actually rioting instead of protesting. It's just going to add more fuel to the fire. They already have enough that they're going through on their own. The lady in the beginning of the video was saying that Black and brown need to come together and fight the orange man. But the other lady said, no, you haven't even reconciled your hatred towards us. As a Mexican American, I don't hate Black people. Y'all are cool as hell. We might have differences every now and then, but I like people on the basis of their character, not the color of their skin. No matter what race you are, maybe I won't like you because of the type of person that you are, but that's neither here nor there. Mexicans, let the Black people do what they do. They got their own shit going on. If you're out there peacefully, keep doing what you're doing. Make sure they don't tie you with these other crazy individuals because you will be going to prison after this is all said and done. Don't get the Black people involved in this because then it's going to get really bad. Then the violence is going to get really, really bad.
So again, you have a lot of Black people saying that you don't like the Black community and you did this, you did that. And I shared, those of you just come in, how you doing, Gentle Killer? And by the time, hit the like button, folks, for those of you just coming in. So all of this stuff is going viral. And this is where one of the protesters was calling the Black police officer the N-word. So that's what this is, for those that haven't seen that. So yeah, it's viral and people are just like, okay. And so again, people are coming on here with their personal stories about how they've been discriminated against and all these other, and I don't know. I had a couple more I was going to share with you, but you get the idea. I think. Yeah, here's one I watched. It's pretty good.
A protester in LA was seen saying the N-word to a police officer to their face. A Hispanic appearing, Latino appearing protester was videoed saying the N-word to a Black cop's face. I'm not going to excuse that behavior, that there are droves of people agreeing. In other states, mind you, I'm in Los Angeles. There are droves and Black creators once again doing that bullshit that you guys are going to fight. You guys fall for divisive language, and you're going to let one ignorant person decide for you. You're giving your power to them, that you're not going to stand up for immigrants. Immigrants, you see? When you hear immigrants, if you first thought about Hispanic Latino people, you're xenophobic. Unpack.
All right, so that was her little speech. But yeah, if you go on TikTok, if you have it, it's everywhere. I wanted you to see. Let me see.
You go to cover, nigga. I'm fist, nigga. That's right there. You go. Yeah.
You can read it. I'm turning it. I don't want to be. I don't want YouTube to say no, that's not appropriate. So, but that's what those young people were doing. Lanita, she's telling a big lie. Majority of FBI not rocking with them because of the anti-Black history with that community. LULAC, yeah, I mentioned LULAC earlier, and La Raza. LULAC was the organization they started. I think this was Black Americans were trying to partner with LULAC, and I think the founder said, no, you handle your own problems. They didn't want anything to do with Black Americans at that time. That was in the, what was that, 50s or 60s? Magachana, facts are good. How are you doing? So there's that, right? All right. So I've shared enough with you. Again, if you go on TikTok, you will see it. And like I said, the biggest thing they're talking about is, the anti-Blackness in the Hispanic community. And that's why they're not out there. Now, of course, the poverty pimps, the Black gatekeepers, the Black shields. Yes, well, facts. We're talking about the situation with the illegal immigrants, and we are for deporting so that Americans can start getting some of these jobs. Housing hopefully can improve. All the prices for everything has been driven up. So facts are good. I hope that you are enjoying this content. If you are, hit the like button, hit that subscribe button too, love. Lanita says majority have expressed anti-reparation support. So why should we support? If they had supported us, they might have had it. Yeah, that's Lanita, that's what a lot of Black Americans are saying too. Say you've never supported the Black community in anything, and now you never wanted anything to do with the Black community. Now that you're in trouble, here you are. So that's what they're saying. Immigrants aren't taking your jobs, though. We actually have a labor shortage right now. Okay, so the conservative Latinos are fine. They support Trump. The far left, and talking about the far left progressive Black voters, they're upset with Latinos because they feel they sold out the Curry Queens, Kamala Harris. Okay. Facts are good, except for generations. Black and brown communities have been organizing together for generations. Okay. The Latino men overwhelmingly voted for Trump. So a lot of Black Americans are saying, hey, look at this large swath of your community that voted for him. You prevented a Black woman from becoming president. That's what some of them are saying. I'm like, oh God, they're brainwashed. So they feel betrayed. That's what a lot of the Black community is saying. Most of the men voted for Trump. More men voted for Trump than Harris. And so some of the Black community is saying, well, Trump told you he was going to do this, and now you're coming to us for help. The Black communists, Marxists are telling Black Americans to stand in solidarity with the Latino community. All right, let me show you. I'm not done. I told you I had a lot. Oh my God. This is okay. I can close that out. Let me show you this clip. It's longer than a clip. I may not play all of it, but I'll play some of it. I don't want to keep you forever on here. Hit the like button if you're enjoying this content. And you've seen me share his content before. Real gospel chops. He calls it as he sees it. Where I've had to enlighten everyone on how the N-word is derived from Anglo-Saxon or English for slave. Okay. So here's Auntie Maxine, and she's part of the problem. Now, we're going to watch this because the Democrats feel their grip loosening on Black Americans, Black voters. And that was one of the reasons they started flooding the country with Black Americans replacement. All right. Mary, yes, she is. Oh, my God. Here we go.
Out to Lennox and to Paramount, Watts, and South Central, where they were last night, to see if ICE is back out there.
How about a message for the community?
The community is, don't be intimidated. Don't be afraid. Do what we did in the civil rights movement. Protest peacefully. Get out. Make your voices heard. The more people we're able to engage, the more we can push back on them. Thank you very much.
And again, she's part of the problem. She is following the Democratic agenda, right? Beverly, I automatically roll my eyes when I see Maxine. Yes, she is insufferable. Term limits, yes. This woman, just like the other Black shills, they're all for illegal immigration. Okay? So again, they're paid, they have their checks. They're all they're doing is following the Democratic agenda. They're doing nothing for people in their districts. Yes, Prosperity, she did. Kamala wouldn't have won the presidency if she had been primary. She just sucked as a candidate. She really did. All right, here we go.
Thank you.
Black people in LA, don't get in that mess. Please do not get in that mess what's going on in LA. Y'all stay in the house. Y'all get what y'all need to get and sit back and watch, okay? This is their turn. This is their turn to get their butt kicked out there. It's their turn to get deported. It's their turn to go to jail. It's their turn to get gaffled up. Don't let them Democrat people out there trick y'all into going out there and protecting people that will not protect you.
Have we not been saying that for months, folks? The Democrats have been trying their best to get Black people out in the streets protesting. Gentle Killer, Maxine needs to sit down with the Superfly. They weren't protesting in LA. They were rioting and looting and destroying the city. Yes, she's been lying since 1991, says Bach. The Black community isn't coming to their rescue. Get over it. Yeah, Granny needs to be home. Chena, yes. Facts are good said, so this is a Trump channel. Okay, cool. We're clear. Bigotry always helps the Black community. We're not talking about bigotry. Facts are good, but we are talking about Americans first. Okay, here we go.
Okay.
This one shot. All right, let me get rid of this. Americans first. All right, let me go. Here we go.
I know they're going to get out there, hey, Black people, we need your help. You know, this is a civil rights issue, even though we came over here legally. But
Facts are good. The real Black community is out there leading and doing the work. What work are they doing? Facts are good. Maxine slipped and said that we need those votes pertaining to illegals. Yeah, because there's no voter ID. You know it. Facts are good. I don't know what you're trying to tell me, but okay. Type what the real work that the Black community is doing. And you said I'm diminishing them. I don't know how I'm diminishing them. So please do explain while I play this.
Still, this is a civil rights issue. No, it's not y'all issue. Anytime that we go through stuff on this country, them same people will say, pick yourself up by the bootstrap. Why y'all always blaming the white man? Why y'all always talking about racism all the time? Why y'all are not oppressed? I crossed the border in the Rio Grande River with nothing in my pocket, and look at me. Now, let them figure that out. Let them figure it out, man. We ain't got to put the cape on these people at all. Don't say these folks. Don't get your ass out there and get gaffled up by them people. The National Guard is not looking for you. They looking for them other folks, okay? So this is what y'all do, LA. Y'all sit back, chill, sit in your house, have a little barbecue, do your little, your little thing y'all be doing out there on the West Coast.
What's up, y'all? Gerald here, creator of Gospel Chops and your host for this YouTube channel, back with another video. Now, if y'all been watching my channel for the last few days, you've seen me covering the events that have gone on in Los Angeles, where Donald Trump has sent ICE to do something that might seem impossible to many people. He gonna crack that nut in LA and get those illegals out to the tune of about 1 million people in the city of LA who are illegal immigrants to this country. Well, not only do you see Antifa types coming out and Black Lives Matter types coming out, paid protesters coming out, you see folks who are hitting concrete with hammers and they're shattering concrete so that they can pass it around to each other and drop it off of bridges onto police vehicles. Tearing stuff up, y'all. Disabling police vehicles.
Facts are good. I work every day, and I would definitely not be out protesting against the ICE deportations. That's what I voted for. So the way I fight is I come on here and share information with people. But no, I haven't been out fighting. As an educator, I would lose my job. Facts are good. We could talk about the work to advance reparations, the work to protect pregnant Black women, the work to put infrastructure in divested communities, the work to protect people from end racism. LA City Councilman was caught talking reckless. Yeah, Jesse brought that up. Yeah, so the city, I think, isn't most of the city council Hispanic? And yeah, they were talking trash about Black people, and Black people were talking about that. And so now they're like, come out and protest, and they're like, no. Jesse just said it. Facts are good. Exactly. You voted to end constitutional. You educate people on how to be a traitor in the name of racism. Facts are good. You're welcome to say that's your opinion. That's fine. That's not how I feel. I'll continue.
Setting electronic vehicles on fire, unmanned taxis. Well, not only is the fabric of Los Angeles that has been set up with illegal immigrants over generations, not only is that being fractured, but the fictitious narrative of a Black and brown coalition in Los Angeles is being fractured. And you got some folks who are mad because the Blackity Blacks are coming out and they saying, hey, this ain't our fight. We used to have prominent Black communities here in Southern California, and we got ran up out of here. Why? Because the city council was taken over by...
Remember this, folks? LA City Council, Nuri Martinez said, F that guy, he's with the Blacks. CJ, how you doing, love? Facts are good. Sure, it's fictitious. If you aren't there and don't work on the field, we are. Facts are good. Not from everything I've been researching about. And the people that I watch that actually live in LA, that's not what they're saying. So that's why obviously what they're telling me is true, because they're not out there marching in droves. Taxpayers are going to pay for all this damage, especially in LA. Newsom should pay for it. Yeah. When in a hiring position, the anti-FBA discriminate based on not being bilingual. Even if you're super certified, they hire untrained family and friends. It's bad in Dallas, Texas, too. Okay. All right, here we go.
By Latinos who were racist against Black Americans. And LA has really had a conflict between Black and brown over the last few decades. So here you got people who saying, well, Black and brown should stick together, and the Blackity Black saying, no, 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 no. This ain't our fight. We ain't getting involved. And y'all, it's turning out to be an interesting narrative in the city of Los Angeles.
Your racism is showing, darling. Riddle me this. Why is it always Black folk got to bail everybody out all the time? Is it because we had success with the civil rights movement that everybody benefited from but never thanks us or backs us up when we need something? Get him, Louis. Listen, we have built up hundreds of years of PTO, and it rolled over to us from our ancestors because they didn't take a break. And so we're taking our PTO now, our hundreds of years worth of PTO, and FMLA, whatever we throw at it, we resting. My thing is, why you ain't hollering at the white folk? Why you ain't hollering at the Asian folk? Why you ain't hollering at the Jewish folk? Why the black folks? Why we always we done something wrong because we ain't out in these streets? It ain't safe for us to be out in these streets. So we staying home and watching Sinners and Straw and tending to our gardens and walking our dogs on our property, not in these streets, going to work and bringing our asses back home. Yeah, that's what we're doing. Can't be mad at us for finally taking care of us. Holla at them other folks. Smooches.
Watching what's happening in LA right now as a Black woman is like one of the things, you know, that we kept talking about when the election first went down is that, you know what, this just is not our lesson to learn. It's not our lesson to learn. But I feel like our lesson as Black women, I feel like our lesson to learn.
So now this is a Skamala Curry Queen voter. And their reason for not, again, marching is because they're angry. They feel they're saying that Latinos betrayed them by not voting for the Black woman who is not Black, but that's another story for another day. Robert, the Latino public official in LA accused the Black community. That's what he said. They're not even Black people. They're mad about that too. She went on CNN and said that it was the Black people, not the Mexicans, who were rioting and looting, and there aren't even any Black people out there. So Black people jumped on social media like, this is why we're not marching with you. So that was something else, Robert. All right, here we go.
Is how to let other people learn the hard way without intervening. Because some people just need to learn the hard way. And we're witnessing that right now with the fact that the National Guard has been deployed to the streets of Los Angeles against the wishes of the governor. We told these in conclusion, I think that is Black people, especially the 92%. I feel like that is our lesson to learn. Because one thing we have a hard time doing is not intervening when we see people clearly about to crash into a tree. We like to step in and save people, but we can't save these motherfuckers from themselves.
All right, so let me get rid of the commercial. And again, the Black communists are telling the people that Black Americans are next. If you're just joining, hit the like button, and you've already missed it. I've already played that clip. They see themselves as victims based off of skin color. So people like her listen to the loonies, the Marxists and the communists. They're the coalition of victims, of course, of oppressed people. All right, here we go.
The footage, and you can see that there are not many blackity blacks out there in the crowds. Seem like they somewhere off in the distance minding a blackity black business and not getting involved in these riots and these protests where Mexican flags are being waved, y'all. And anybody who studied a little bit of history, y'all knows that a foreign flag waved on domestic soil is a symbol of conquest. And all we see out in the crowd are Mexican flags because the Mexicans think they own Los Angeles. So what does Donald Trump say? He says, well, I've cut off the border. I've militarized the border such that the cartel's human trafficking revenue has been cut off. Well, we put pressure on them such that their drug trafficking revenue has been, let's say, slowed down. It ain't been cut off completely. There's still quite a demand in America, and they're going to take advantage of it any way they can. But it hasn't been cut off, but it's been slowed down. And now Donald Trump is enacting an eviction notice. See, some of y'all thought this whole event was about your abuelas and abuelos. No. This ain't about that. This is about the cartels. Donald Trump said, I am declaring the Mexican cartels as terrorist organizations, and I want to send my military into Mexico. Let's just go bomb them out of existence. And they said, no, we can't do that, Mr. President. That's foreign soil. Ain't no way we can make that happen. Well, y'all, it has come time for that confrontation. And because it couldn't happen in Mexico, it's going to happen in LA. That's why he's sending 700 Marines to Los Angeles and 4,000 National Guard troops to the area. Yeah, this is a war. This is not about your mother or your grandmother. This is about the cartels who operate behind civilians as if they were Hamas or any other terrorist organization. Yeah, the cartels are entrenched in California. That's why they're waving the Mexican flag, because they feel like this is their territory. Donald Trump is saying, nah. Not under this presidency, not on my watch. We're taking America back. We're making America great again. And it don't include you and the million illegal immigrants in Los Angeles County. Well,
welcome, Hillville1234. Welcome to the channel. Hit the like button, please, as well as hit the subscribe button, love, if you're enjoying the content. Hillville says, why the Latinos in Hollywood, music, and sports not helping? Yeah, Hillville, I saw that on TikTok too. So a lot of people in the Latino community are upset with the Latino entertainers because they're not saying anything. So that's a problem too. And so now, you know, the real gospel chops, he keeps it real. And folks, as we talk about this topic, just know, particularly with the loonies, they want all that now they're saying, oh, all non-whites should stick together, right? These people are determined to harm white people, right? We know that by any means necessary. So mass immigration, okay, that's not just going to hurt white, that's going to hurt black, and it's going to hurt everybody. But we know how they operate. Mayor Brandon Johnson has ran the city of Chicago to the ground. He's also a race divider. Yes. CJ, whites are paid anarchists. Yeah. Oh my God. They were here in North Carolina. They were doing that stupid march. I stayed home. I didn't even go anywhere. I didn't want to be bothered with that. Connie said, I'm confused. I see a lot of white people out there. Am I wrong? No, you're not. The marches that I saw yesterday here in North Carolina, especially, I saw more white people than anyone. So I don't know if they got their $200 checks or whatever, but okay. Yes, they are CJ Parks. Okay. So anyway, these pro-blacks put their Marxist ideology, right, before the people that they claim they want to help. So again, we're talking Jim Slyburn, all of these black politicians. All they're going to do is follow the Democratic agenda. They're not going to do anything for you. Please wake up. I.e., these black mayors, Brandon Johnson, all these mayors of these sanctuary cities. No, they're not going to do anything for you. The NAACP, Congressional Black Caucus. Yeah. All one and the same. They are all for illegal immigration. So that tells you all you need to know. They're not for you. Hit that like button for me, folks. Let me continue.
Well, y'all, the blackity blacks are coming out taking a position that some of the messy Mexicans never thought would happen. They say, look, this is how we really feel about the situation, and we're going to be vocal about it, maybe on social media, but we are not going to be out in the streets marching under a Mexican flag.
Okay, listen to this, folks.
Now, I know earlier I told you guys about Los Angeles and what was going on, how the Mexicans are rioting. Okay, but I just wanted to inform you guys on what's going on. But I do want to say this to all my African American brothers and sisters, I do want to say this, okay? It's not our motherfucking fight, okay? Okay, so what we are going to do is we going to mind our business, because at the end of the day, Mexicans, and I'm just going to be real, most of them don't with us. It is not our fight. Do not try to stick up for these people. Do not try to work with these people. They don't give a about us. And I'm not saying every Latino or every Mexican. Okay, I'm not saying that. But majority, and y'all know. Y'all don't with us. So all I'm saying to my black brothers and sisters, mind our business, okay? We ain't see nothing, and we ain't doing nothing, okay? It is not our fight.
We see peaceful protests launching in Los Angeles. And again, any violence against police officers should not be accepted. Local authorities can handle that. But remember, a lot of these peaceful protests are being generated because the president of the United States is sowing chaos.
I guess these the peaceful riots he was talking, the protests he was talking about, huh? So I guess them was the peaceful protesters that bald head ass Booker was talking about, huh? Every day the Democrats get on here and just lie, bro, out their mouth. I mean, it just don't make no sense. Now, for you to get on national TV and say they out here doing peaceful protesting when there's videos all over the internet of these burning down shit, burning down cars, breaking into buildings, just got done robbing the store down there in Compton, all type of shit. But he gonna get his bald head ass on here and say they down there doing peaceful protesting. Like this the shit I be talking about with the Democrats.
So you see what I'm saying, people? So it's not an anomaly. Many Black Americans are saying the same thing. They're waking up. Like I said, this situation with these illegal immigrants, this is going to be a very pivotal point in the history of this country. And it could be the death knell to the Democrats, because they are every day losing their largest swath of voters. Right, Prosperity, they want you to believe what they're telling you, that, other than what you actually seeing with your own eyeballs. Thank you, Ruby. I know I wish they wouldn't use all those bad words, but I need for you to hear and get hear the message. Donovan, drop your channel link, dear. Donovan says, what do you think about my video in regards to the census? How do dreamers still not have a pathway to citizenship almost 20 years? Yeah, Donovan, drop that link, love, and we'll watch it. Tijuana border jumper. I would never wave a Mexican flag here in the USA, as I would never wave an American flag in Tijuana. Tijuana. That's because you have morals, right? And again, they're making Trump look really good by their behavior. Look at what they're doing. You don't want to be here. You don't want to go home. Yes, Mayor, that was real stupid. Destroying buildings. Yeah. And then, of course, Karen Bass, or remove the B and call her Karen, fill in the blank. She and Gavin Newsom, oh, nothing's wrong. Everything's fine. They're just peaceful protests. They're nuts. If I were Trump, I told you, I would pull every federal dollar from any sanctuary state or city. You would get nothing from the federal government. As a matter of fact, Trump, please, sir, if you watch this video, get rid of sanctuary status, period. Anyone that has been here for decades and not a citizen, right, prosperity. And this is what I'm saying, because some of these people who have been deported have been here 20 years or more. You knew what Trump was going to do, and you still did not get your paperwork together. I'm not crying for you. Citizen, just as these undocumented immigrants inform on us, we FBA are tipping ICE off on where to put the pinch on them. Citizen can't, well, you've turned the tables, right? Here we go.
Y'all are just full of bullshit, bro. And Trump, handle your business, bro. Keep going, bro. Deport all them, bro. And if you are a U.S. citizen, and you are down there causing hell, and they arrest your ass, that is your fault. Don't cry, okay? Because if you a U.S. citizen, you shouldn't even be down there doing all this. You shouldn't have nothing to worry about. You ain't got nothing to worry about. But that bald head ass gonna sit his ass on and talk about some peaceful protest.
All right. Donovan said, as you know, you do not have to be a citizen to be counted. More people, more congressional seats, votes, and federal. Yeah, they're just using. And Donovan, you haven't been here for the last few videos. I say we need to lay this blame, the Biden-Harris administration. They brought those people over here under false pretenses. They're gone. And now we're dealing with the ramifications. So yes, we see the people on there crying. Yes, we have a heart, but put the blame where it belongs. The Biden-Harris administration. Trump told them to deport themselves and come back legally through the point of entry, then become a citizen. He did. Donovan, thank you for dropping that key nugget of info. Yeah, and so the Democrats for years, that's what they've been. That's the game they've been playing. I wave the American flag, and I'm insulted when I see the Mexican flag. Yeah, Connie, I'm in America. I wave the American flag too. CJ, I hate to say it, but it's going to take an army to get these illegals out of here. Look what happened in Minnesota yesterday because of a vote against the Democrat. CJ, yes. And the woman, she voted against free medical care for illegals. I have an idea. How about voting on free medical care for Americans? Oh, that's right. Democrats don't do anything for Americans. I'll continue.
This is pretty amazing. Who would have thought that the Latino community would have been the impetus to put a battery in the back of the blackity blacks to come together? Couldn't nobody else bring them together? We done had all kind of issues in the black community, and everybody is scattered and separated and fractured. And now this illegal immigration of all things seems to be bringing the blackity blacks together with one accord. They talking with one voice, and they saying, this ain't our fight. They ain't supported us like that. They took our playbook of civil rights from the 60s and used it to leapfrog over us and remit billions of dollars every year back to their home countries. Off of the backs of American citizens. Mm-hmm. It ain't right. And it took a president like Donald Trump to get in there and disrupt that whole situation. And had it not been for Donald Trump, all these blackity blacks realized it never would have been fixed.
And that's why I said this is a pivotal moment in American history. And every day there's another layer peeled back, and the Democrats are being exposed more and more and more. And again, Black Americans may not realize it, but the best thing that's happened to them has been Donald Trump. And again, white Americans too, particularly men, go get these jobs that are being freed up now, that ICE is raiding all of these places that wouldn't hire Americans. Go get these jobs. Shadow Seeker, how you doing, love? Jasmine says they don't have the money to send us $4,000 each, but $53,000 a month for illegals is okay. Yeah. Shadow Seeker. God, I hope she loses in the midterms. Oh my God, I can't with her. Mayor, I don't dare protest with the flag of the country I came from. It's an honor to be an American. Yes, Mayor. CJ, Mrs. Hortman was a really lovely lady. Her and her husband didn't deserve what happened to them. Yes, CJ, that was tragic.
Because it's been allowed to fester for generations in this state of California. Well, thank God for Donald Trump getting in here and disrupting some things and uncovering some things.
Yep. Thank God.
We're going to find out that billions of dollars every year are spent on illegal aliens to this country, illegal aliens to this state, to the detriment of American citizens. Well, the blackity blacks coming out and they singing with one voice and turning up the volume to let you know that they ain't standing for it.
Despite the Trump administration's calling the protests lawless, Los Angeles police said Saturday's demonstrations remained peaceful.
Most of the crowds, again, that I saw, that I spoke to, that I was interacting with, these are peaceful people that want to get their message across.
The vast majority of these actions have been peaceful, and that there are lots of folks just trying to be heard on the streets in and around LA.
You have a number of, it appears, peaceful protesters. We didn't see any weapons or sticks or anything.
So far, everything here is peaceful. Some peaceful demonstrators.
People are demonstrating, and there's a lot of peaceful demonstration, but there are people that obviously are just upset.
Why does this situation justify the president bypassing California's governor entirely? Governor Newsom says that the National Guard, at least sending them, is purposely inflaming and will only escalate tensions there.
Let's remind our viewers that this administration pardoned more than 1,500 people convicted in the January 6th attack.
Bro, I am trying my hardest to understand why the ICE protesters.
She has music playing, so I have to shut her down. And I can't put the closed captioning on. Okay. So anyway, yeah, this is what's going on. Tina says Georgia is poultry capital of the world. All she's saying, folks, because obviously I've watched this TikTok, she's saying, why are people here protesting with their country's flag and stomping and spitting on the American flag? Go home. That's what she's saying, basically. Which is what we've been saying as well. So again, I had to mute her because she has some music playing. Yes, they did, Mayor. Gail Tripp, I'm more than ready. I'm MAGA and we must vote to win. Yes, Tina has a good point. Georgia is poultry capital of the world. We have a lot of the poultry plants here that are opening up everywhere. Tina, I went there in college. I went to the Southeastern Poultry and Egg Trade Show. So I know Georgia's real big on poultry. You're absolutely right. But these pro-blacks want to put their Marxist ideology before the people, like I said, that they claim they love. So, all right, we're going to finish this up.
With one voice, letting their voice be heard. You don't see them out there in the streets. They're not marching. They don't have hurt ankles, hurt feet. No, they're saying this is not our fight. We ain't standing up for people who haven't stood up for us. You can see the racism on the LA City Council. You see the attempted takeover of LA City and LA County, pushing the blacks to the side in favor of illegal immigrants in that whole Southern California region. Mm-hmm. And people have had enough, and they're thankful to Donald Trump. I don't even know if he realizes the inroads that he's making into the blackity black community by taking these steps.
Yep.
But I brought it to you here so that you can see that the voices are out there. The opinions are out there. And the influencers are out there. And they're letting their voice be heard. Y'all let me know what you think about this.
So again, folks, hey, I love it. And oh God, we've been on 2 hours. I had another video I was going to share with you, but I'll just put it in the description box because we've already been on here 2 hours. But yeah, for the people saying, oh no, we have to, they want them here. Again, jobs, they take our jobs, the crime we've been dealing with, taking all the resources, depressing wages, all of that. Let me show you. I'll share one small part. I won't play the whole video. But again, now maybe this will understand. If you look at the title, you're just coming in, you look at the title, that will explain why Black Americans are not out protesting. Prosperity said, legalized Mexicans said the other country flags are an embarrassment to, yeah, the Mexicans who are here legally, if you go on social media, they are angry. Yes, they are. They're embarrassed. Oh my God. And they were telling how they came here and how they worked hard. Oh. So anyway, I want you to hear, like I said, I'm not going to play the whole video, but I want you to hear what she has to say.
Stab us in the back.
Let me see. Was this? Hold on.
You won't.
Let me get this. So this is the sentiment this is how a lot of people feel. So let me get to.
Bus, check this out.
Here with me now is California Congresswoman Nanette Berrigan, who represents.
And this is what I was telling you about earlier. She said that it was Black people looting and rioting, and they weren't even out there. Because remember, the Hispanic community is angry, saying, why aren't Black Americans out here helping us? So let me get to that, the beginning of that. Hit the like button if you're enjoying this. You can help the channel grow even more if you're sharing.
Those people aren't looking for allies. They're looking for scapegoats, to use Black people as scapegoats and to throw Black people under the bus. Check this out.
Here with me now is California Congresswoman Nanette Berrigan, who represents Paramount. Thank you so much for being here. The LA County Sheriff's Department did describe the protest in Paramount last night as the situation escalated. The crowd of protesters became increasingly agitated, throwing objects and exhibiting violent behavior toward federal agents and deputy sheriffs.
Okay, so last night when I talked to the sheriff, he had told me the situation in Paramount was under control, that the people that were peacefully protest have left. The situation was now across the street into the Compton area, and this was the unruly folks, that Saturday night crowd.
They're looking for Black people to throw under the bus. That's representative of Paramount Nanette, a Latina from Mexico. Her parents are Mexican immigrants. She said Compton, the people in Compton are unruly, referring to Black people. If you don't know, that's what they do in California. They'll be like, if you're acting too hood or Black, they'll be like, this isn't the east side, meaning the east side of Los Angeles, not East Los, because that's where predominantly Black people live at. Or they'll be like, oh, this isn't South Central. In her case, she was like, well, this Paramount is not Compton. That's what the Black people do over there, even though Compton is predominantly Hispanics, just like Paramount. You see this? This is proof. Paramount, Compton, Hispanics.
All right, so you can see the breakdown there. So anyway, yeah, that the Mexican lady, so a lot of they're talking about that, where she went on there and said it was Black people who were looting and rioting, and then the Black people on TikTok and other social media saying we're not even out there. What are they talking about? So yeah.
So Hispanics, don't y'all go out there. They trying to use y'all as scapegoat. History between Black Americans and Mexicans in Los Angeles, I'll extend that to Southern California, is not a good history. Mexicans went on an erasure campaign, erasing Black people out of their communities for years. I could get deeper in detail. There's history out there. Check this video out.
In other words, he's a minority like me, so I can't speak up against him. If this was white folks committing these lynchings to us.
This is the thing. So a lot of Black Americans are saying if this were white people doing the things that the Mexican people have done, oh, there would have been an outcry and they would not have stood for it. But since they're Mexican, they don't really say anything. Compton is Latino now, and LA is taking over. Yeah, Jesse, that's what's happening. And this guy right here speaking, he said this in the 1991, in the 90s, and no one listened. And so now it's too late. But I know it's going fast, but see if you can understand what he's saying.
In South Central, what's going on? There would be an outrage in this country. We have had firebombs thrown through windows. We have had people's cars burned in the driveway because they happened to move into the wrong communities. We had a lady who moved to East LA, came to the state from the South, not knowing what East LA was. It was an all-Hispanic community. She wasn't there one day. We had another man who was burned out of his house in Torrance last year. We had 5 murders in Hawaiian Gardens just because the people were Black. This would not be tolerated if this was white on Black crime. But the fact that these people come here, and it's the numbers, sir. It's the numbers. They come here in the numbers. They build up the Hispanic community, and they get this sense of power against us. And there are race riots in the schools every day in Los Angeles. It never makes the media. The Black kids are being run out of the schools every day and told to go back to Africa. It never makes the media. We are having people who are being discriminated against on every avenue of society.
So again, if you're just joining the chat, these are some of the reasons that people are all over social media saying that's why they will not go out and protest with the illegal immigrants.
Morning, guys.
This will be the last one, folks, because we've been on here a while, but I want you to hear this one.
Guys, quick
Question. Has anyone heard of a Mexican woman on CNN claiming that the rioting and the stealing and the looting that's going on is being done by black people who came out to help the protests, and it's not the Latino people, the Mexicans are Cuban, or the Hispanics are being peaceful, and it's the black people that are rioting. So now we being blamed. Did anybody hear this? Besides, I mean, I just heard a report. I haven't had time to research it or anything, but I just saw a video of this black guy saying that he was watching CNN, and this Mexican woman gets on there and says that the protesters are peaceful, and that the people that are stealing and looting and rioting are black people. Hell, are we even out there? Because I know I've been hearing everybody stand at the house. I didn't even think we were out there. Are we out there? And we know damn well we ain't out there looting, because we know the temperature out here. Ain't nobody out here stupid enough to go out there and think they're going to get a TV is worth of getting a shot in the ass, because we know what's out there. So why the hell are they saying it's us? See, this is what I'm talking about right here. That's why I keep telling people, stay at home. This ain't your fight. Don't get in this. This ain't got shit to do with us. Because we'll be out here fighting for them. We'll be out here protesting for them. And then all of a sudden, we gonna be the ones in the body bags. We're gonna be the ones in the body bags. So why are they saying that it's the black people out here protesting? I don't understand. I mean, out here looting. Are we even out there? I haven't seen anybody saying they're going to be protesting. And on the clips, all I've seen are Hispanics, Mexicans, Latinos, whatever you want to call them. I haven't seen any of us. I haven't seen us out there. So now, are we out there, or are they lying? I think they're lying, because we ain't been out there. We've been saying we're not getting out there. But either way it go, you pissed off because we won't come out there. Now you saying we out there and we stealing and we rooting. Which one is it, honey? Are we out there or are we not? Because y'all been hollering for weeks now. Where are the black people? Where are the black people? Now all of a sudden, some looting and some rioting going on, and you say, oh, it's the black people. I thought we went out there. I thought y'all was tripping because we went out there. Don't go out there. Don't get involved in any of this crap. Don't do it. Because as you can see, you're going to get the blame if you do. You're going to get the blame if you don't. All they're showing is their constant hatred and anti-blackness. That's it. It doesn't matter if you go out there and put your life on the line for them and they turn around and get everything they need. They still going to turn around and do just what they did now. Stab us in the back. These people do not have our best interests at heart. They want to use us. They want to use our blood. They want to use our bodies sprawled in the streets so they can get a leg up on their protesting. They want to use us, but care about us, in this with us, uniting with us. That's complete and total bullshit. I don't care who said. I don't care who don't like it. It's complete and total bullshit. Because my thing is, how you know it's the black people out here riding? Well, why don't you have footage? Why don't you have footage? Where's the video? Where's the clips? I want to see this. If this is true, and like I said, I cannot swear to it. I haven't had time to research it. I just saw a video come across my For You page, and I was like, what? And he said it was reported on CNN. So, guys, look into this to me. Look into this for me, and I will before I come back on. I'm going to try to see if I can find the clip that he's talking about, because I know damn well they're not trying to put this on us, and we ain't even out there. Y'all been tripping because we not out there. Y'all been bashing us because we not out there. Now all of a sudden you're saying we're the one out there doing the looting and the rioting. This why y'all in the position y'all in right now. It's why y'all in the position y'all in right now, because you are constantly trying to bash, demean, belittle, and make look bad black people. And we through with y'all. For real. We through with y'all. You on your own. Get out of this the best way you can. However you do it, it ain't on us. It's on you. We tired. We've had enough. Today, we're done.
All right. So, yeah, I hope those of you who just joined, hit that like button. If you are not subscribed, please hit that subscribe button. I hope that all of the clips that I shared with you explained the title, Latinos Beg Blacks for Help as Democrats Rage over Blacks' Refusal to Protest. I hope that everything that I shared with you helped you to understand why you're not seeing Black Americans out in the streets. And, you know, whether they voted for the Curry Queen or for Trump, they have different reasons, but they're not going out there marching. So that's pretty much what I have for you. And I don't know when I'll come back on. It just depends on what's happening. We know it seems like there's a lot going on. The worst out here in Chicago so far is a little graffiti tagging. Okay. CNN stands for Communist News Network. Yes, boom. Hey, CJ, or Clinton News Network. Same thing. Propaganda for the Communist Democratic Party. Yes. How you doing, Topeka? Yes, the Truth Bomb. Here you go. So I hope that, you know, we explained everything so that you understand why there's this little, you know, well, I don't want to say small chasm between the Black and Hispanic communities. But again, it just depends on where you lived and your experiences. YouTube, yeah. I don't know when I'll come back on. Like I said, I may, it's going to vary. It will depend on, you know, what's going on. So, if I explained everything, type yes in the comment section. If you understand the subject matter, you know, maybe a little bit more, let me know. God bless. Yeah, God bless you too, Gail. Yes, thank you so much. You too, Mayor. So yeah, and all of these people who are angry that we won't go out in the streets and protest what ICE is doing. I won't say anything. All I will do is just show you a picture, and you know what that is. Not doing it. So, I enjoyed each of you. This was fun. I hope it was informative. Okay. I may be live Wednesday, Thursday, something like that. Or if something major happens, I will jump on at any time. That's fine. I will do that. Okay. And all we can do, folks, is, you know, stay on top of what's going on. Florida, thank you. Yeah, have any of you who came in late, CJ, and all of you who came in late, please have a wonderful Father's Day. Connie, I love this community, and I wish everyone peace and tranquility. Yes, Connie, we love you too, dear. We have a good time, a good conversation. We get a few laughs in. I didn't have to put anyone in the corner today, so that's always good. But again, this is a very pivotal time in America. And those of you, Florida, I think you've been here the longest. When I started doing these political videos, and I said, this has been an awakening. And I think, David, how you doing? Devon said, no, we lazy, remember? Okay, yeah, there was some people on social media saying that we're not going to march. You said we were lazy or something. So I saw that too. I bet ICE would accept applications from the Black community to be agents to get these illegals hiring up at the CJ. I've been saying, go get these jobs. White men and Black men have been priced out because they won't work for those cheap white. Go get these jobs, American men. They're opening up every day. ICE, do your job. Good night, Ruby. And again, as you can see with some of the clips I've shared with you, more people are waking up to what the Democrats are doing. And they're like, nope. This illegal immigrant scam that the Biden-Harris administration unleashed on the American people is very pivotal. And we will see more and more Black people are saying, nope. They're going to do like they're going to vote for Trump, or they're going to stay home. It will continue. Watch and see what I tell you. Thank you, Lanita. And again, just let the Democrats keep shooting themselves in the foot. Tell me lies, tell me sweet little lies. Tell me lies. That's all they do is tell lies. And everything was slow, like an onion. All the layers are being peeled back. And I love it. Devon, I think you're new here. Hit the like button. And if you're enjoying this content, hit the subscribe button too. I enjoyed each of you. And let me drop the link. Devon, you're new here. And I had some more new folks. I will share the video. I'll share one of the videos that I've been doing on the ICE raids and the protests. For my new folks, I just dropped the link. Make sure you hit that link and hit the like button. Leave a comment. I will respond. I enjoyed all of you. Did you see what Katy Perry said about illegals? What did she say? Janice, how you doing? We're just getting ready to go, dear. Hit that like button for me, Janice B. And subscribe if you're not already. What did Katy Perry say? She's always saying something crazy. Kendrick Lamar's song from the halftime performance, They Not Like Us. Doing good. Okay, great. Oh, okay, Topia. I didn't hear what Katy Perry said, but I can look it up. All right. Okay, I guess we will go. I've already sang a little song for you. Katy Perry is delusional. She thinks she's an astronaut. Yeah, she's always saying something off the wall, so it's just like whatever. Like delusional, like, hey, you get off of my cloud. Hey, you get off of my cloud. Hey, you get off of my cloud. No, you didn't. There's another song for you. All I can say is one of my favorite Carly Simon songs. I can't wait until this whole fiasco is over. I'm anticipating it. Anticipation. It's making me wait. She told President Trump to leave the illegals alone. Girl, bye. She's a nut job. Yeah, all of you. Yeah, Janice. Yes. All right. You know where I'm going next. I'm going to the comment section. I will talk to you as long as you are there. I enjoyed you. Thank you for spending your very valuable time this Sunday afternoon. Janice, I dropped the link. Prosperity, I dropped the link. Check that out. That was a good video that's doing really well. Check that out, folks. Hit that like button for me. I'm behind you. I was going to ask if you... Not yet, Janice. Okay. All right. I'm coming to talk to you in the comment section, and I'll stay there as long as you're there. All right. Look for me. Under my thumb is a Siamese cat of a girl. Yes, under my thumb. It's down to me. Oh, yeah. Don't get me to singing Rolling Stone songs. I'll never leave. Okay. All right. Love you all. Be safe. Just keep checking to see when I'm live again. I'm going to the comment section. You're right, CJ. I'm going to the comment section, and I'll be there talking to you. Thank you so much.